everyone. Welcome to the MCQs, topic-wise MCQs series. And we have started with the ancient history. This is the part 2 of the same series. Now, let's start with our first question. Which of these statements are correct? First is the people in Paleolithic age were hunters and gatherers. The people in Mesolithic age were hunters and herders. The Neolithic age was a food producing stage. So the options are 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, and all. So what will be the answer? The answer is D. That means all are correct. Why is it so? Let's see. If we go with the first statement, people in Paleolithic age were hunter and gatherers. This is very obvious because they were not settled. So they used to hunt animals and they used to consume it. Second one is people in Mesolithic age were hunters and herders. Why they are saying that they were herders? Because they also started domesticating the animals. So they were hunters, but as well as they were herders also. So this statement is also correct. When it comes to third statement, Neolithic age was a food producing stage. Yes, this is correct because at that time people were leading a settled life and they started agricultural practices. So that's why these three statements are correct. And you can also check the extra information because what we are trying to complete a topic with the help of question answers. So I have included almost all the important points, one liners that can be helpful in your prelims examination or any UPSC examination. So first point is Paleolithic age was the earliest and it was developed in Pleistocene era. So or you can say Ice Age. It was developed during that area. Mesolithic age was an intermediate stage, intermediary between Paleolithic and Neolithic. So it belonged to the Holocene era, and man started hunting, fishing, food gathering, and also domesticated animals. This is the reason why we are calling them herders, right? And third one is Neolithic age innovated the fruit production. Yes, this is true. Now, question number 2. Which of these statements about Paleolithic age are correct? 1. It is spread only in alluvial plains of Ganga and Indus. Second, the Paleolithic men is said to have belonged to Negrito race. Okay. They were food gathering people. Okay. They had no knowledge of agriculture, pottery, and house building. And in later stages, Paleolithic man attained the knowledge of fire. Now, what will be the answer? The answer is C, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's discuss. If we see the first line, first statement is it is spread only in alluvial plains of Ganga and Indus, which is incorrect. Why? अगर वो गंगा और इंडस के एलुवियल प्लेन्स मतलब फर्टाइल, वेरी फर्टाइल प्लेन्स, तो अगर इतने ज़्यादा फर्टाइल प्लेन्स में आकर वो लोग रहते तो ऑब्वियसली दे विल स्टार्ट एग्रीकल्चर स्टार्ट कर दिया होता, फूड प्रोडक्शन एंड प्लांट कल्टीवेशन ये सब शुरू हो जाता, बट दे वर नॉट सेटल्ड एट दैट एरिया, दैट्स वाई दे वर लिविंग और दे वर सर्वाइविंग बाय हंटिंग द एनिमल्स. So statement 1 will be incorrect, so option A and B will be eliminated. Now come to the second statement. Paleolithic man is said to have belonged to Negrito race. Yes, they were belong to Negrito race, which there were four earliest races of human being that we discussed in our last video. And third statement is they were food gathering people. So what they food gathering people? Yes, they used to gather food to survive. So these two statements are correct. They had no knowledge of agriculture, pottery and house building. Yes, it is correct. If they had knowledge of agriculture, तो hunters क्यों होते वो, hunter and gatherers? एंड अगर उनके पास एग्रीकल्चर की ही नॉलेज नहीं थी तो पॉटरी की इसलिए नहीं होगी बिकॉज पॉटरी की उनको नीड नहीं थी, कुछ स्टोर करने के लिए नहीं था. दे यूज टू डू पॉटरी जस्ट टू मेक अर्न्स, टू मेक utensils to keep the material into it, to store it. तो उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी थी. That's why they don't had the knowledge of pottery and house building, because they used to live in mud houses and caves, not houses, caves. They used to live in caves. So statement 4 is also correct. Then comes fifth. In later stages, Paleolithic man attained the knowledge of fire. Yes. Initially, they used to eat the raw meat, but they came to know that there is something called fire, and then they started eating cooked meat. So this answer is C. Now, question number 3. The men of dash age were called quartzite men. So, if you people know that quartzite is a kind of stone, so they used to make their weapons or their tools with the help of quartzite. So, out of these four stages or out of these four ages, the one age used the quartzite to its maximum limit. So, what was that age? That age was Paleolithic age. So, the answer will be A. Men during this period used tools of unpolished, undressed, rough stones, mainly hand axes, cleavers, scrapers, and blades. Obviously, because they used to hunt the animals, अब hunting के लिए उनको sharp edges चाहिए, so they used these tools which were made of quartzite. And since the stone tools were made of hard rock, called quartzite. So that's why they were called quartzite men. Now come to the question number 4. When did Homo sapiens first appeared? When Homo sapiens means the people which we are today. Actually इस तरह का posture human beings का हमें कब दिखा था, कब emerge हुआ था? So the answer will be Upper Paleolithic age, because Paleolithic age in itself is divided into further three stages: Upper Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, and Lower Paleolithic. So, Homo sapiens first appeared in Upper Paleolithic age. So, the answer will be C. Homo sapiens first appeared at the end of Upper Paleolithic age, coincided with the last phase of the Ice Age, when the climate became comparatively warm and less humid, which is obviously favorable for survival of human beings. So that's why at that time Homo sapiens first appeared, and this phase was found in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, central Madhya Pradesh, southern Uttar Pradesh, and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now come to the question number 5. During Mesolithic age, people domesticated dash animals, and earliest evidences found in the region dash. So the question is about Mesolithic age के time पर which were the animals जो लोग domesticate करते थे, and earliest evidences of this age is found in which region? So first is dog, cattle, sheep, goat, and the region is MP and Rajasthan. B is dog, cow, sheep, buffalo, and the region is MP and Gujarat. Third is dog, cat, goat, cow, and the region is Gujarat and Maharashtra. And D is sheep, goat, buffalo, cow, and the region is MP and Maharashtra. So the answer is dog A. Dog, cattle, sheep, goat, and MP and Rajasthan. So basically मेसोलिथिक एज का जो फर्स्ट एविडेंस मिलता है वो मध्य प्रदेश और राजस्थान में मिला था, एंड जो डोमेस्टिकेशन होता था बिकॉज दे वर हर्डर्स, so they used to domesticate dog, cattle, sheep, and goat. So the answer will be A. In later stages, the Mesolithic people domesticated animals. Earliest evidences जो Mesolithic period के मिलते हैं वो आदमगढ़ in MP and Bagor in Rajasthan. And first animal to be domesticated were dog, cattle, sheep, and goat. Okay, now question number 6. Which of these statements about Mesolithic age are correct? First, human colonization of Ganga plains took place during this period. We are discussing about the Mesolithic age. Second is pottery was present at Langnaj in Gujarat and Kamu region of Mirzapur, which is in UP. Beginning of plant cultivation, and this era initiated the rock art in prehistory. So, how many of these statements are correct? 1, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 3, and 4, all of the above. So, the answer is D, all of the above. That means during Mesolithic age, people actually started living along the Ganga plains. Second, pottery at that time was present in Gujarat and Mirzapur, that is in UP. Third, the beginning of plant cultivation was actually took place in this era, but it developed properly during Neolithic period. And fourth is this era initiated the rock art in prehistory. So yes, this is also correct. Pottery is absent at most Mesolithic sites, but it was present at Langnaj in Gujarat and Kemu region of Mirzapur. Last phase of this age saw the beginning of plant cultivation. First plant to be cultivated were wheat and barley. This line is important. That it is okay that plant cultivation is started in Mesolithic time, but what were the plants they were cultivating? So the answer is wheat and barley were the first. And in 1867, first rock painting in India were discovered at Sohagi Ghat, Kemur Hills, UP. Actually, we can have a slide of particular this Kemur Hills, because this Kemur Hills in UP have a different significance in prehistory. There were so many things that were initiated or began in this area, in this particular region, and there were so many evidences of prehistory which were found in Camor Hills. So we can have a different slide for just for this region. This is important one. Now next is, which of these statements are correct? 1. Animals dominate the scenes at most Mesolithic rock art sites. Second, snakes were depicted in Mesolithic paintings. Third, first evidence of intentional disposal of dead comes from this era. And fourth, burials and rock paintings also depicted the religious practices and division of labor on the basis of gender. So the options are 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 4, all of the above. What will be the answer according to you people? The answer is A, 1, 3, and 4. Why is it so? Animals were there in the rock paintings, but snakes were not there. Snakes were not there in the paintings. First, evidence of disposal of dead was there in this Mesolithic era, and burials and rock paintings also depicted religious practices, because uh, the paintings which were there उनमें ये दिखता था division of labor बहुत clearly, that girls are doing this particular task and boys are doing these particular tasks. So there were the division of task or division of labor among genders or male and female. And burials also show that the people were religious. So these two are the evidences. And one more important thing is Bhimbetka caves belong to this period, which are famous caves. Bhimbetka caves, they belong to Mesolithic period. No snakes were depicted in Mesolithic paintings, just remember this thing. And first evidence of intentional disposal of dead comes from this era. Intentional disposal means disposal with religious practices. So that were done in this era, and these disposals are found at Bagor, Rajasthan, in Bhimbetka also, and some more Mesolithic sites were there where burial were found. Now, next question is, which one of these Mesolithic sites is best documented? Means which of these have been described or giving the maximum evidences of that particular era. So first is Sambalpur, which is in Odisha, Ejuthu Guhu, which is in Kerala, Bagor, Rajasthan, Kharwad, MP. So answer is C, Bagor in Rajasthan. Bagor in Rajasthan is on river Kothari, is one of the largest and best documented Mesolithic site in India. Now come to the question number 9. Who termed the Neolithic phase as Neolithic Revolution? So there was a man who actually termed the Neolithic phase. There was a man who termed Neolithic phase as Neolithic Revolution. V. Garden Childe, R.V. Dayaram Sahani, R.D. Banerjee, Sir John Marshall. So the answer is A. V. Garden Childe. And he termed the Neolithic age as Neolithic Revolution because this age was significant as it introduced a lot of innovations when it comes to pottery, when it comes to house making, agriculture, tools development. Means it was an age which developed a human being in a settled animal, or you can say a settled person. Okay, now next question number 10 is based on the type of axis. You know, even the design of axes were different in different regions of the whole country or whole region, and on the basis of those designs of axes, the historians have divided the region. So based on the types of axes used, three important areas of Neolithic settlements can be identified. How many of these pairs are incorrect? Asking about the incorrect, which is important. So first is on left hand side you are given settlements, and on the right hand side are the features. So first is, wait, settlement one is northeastern. Features are rectangular axis with curved cutting edge. Northwestern, polished stone axis with rectangular butt, has occasionally shouldered hose. Southern axis with oval sides and pointed butt. So, which of these are incorrect? So, the answer is 1 and 2. A. These two are incorrect. Actually, these two are interchanged. So, northeastern means the feature of northeastern axis was polished stone axis with rectangular butt and occasionally shouldered hose. And northwestern के लिए answer will be rectangular axis with curved cutting edge. So 1 and 2 are interchanged, and Neolithic men cultivated land and grew fruits and corn. That's why they had these different designs of axes. And the Neolithic man innovated in the production of stone tools such as polished, packed, and ground stone tools. Question number 11. Which of these pairs of Neolithic sites are correct? Burzhorn, domestic dogs buried with their masters in graves. Guf Kural, famous for pit dwelling. Tiklihal, proof of cattle herding. Budihal, community food preparation and feasting. Mehergarh, breadbasket of Baluchistan. Mahagara, earliest evidence of rice cultivation. Balan Valley, earliest evidence of use of pottery. And one more thing, this 6 Mahagara, it had the earliest evidence of rice cultivation in the whole world. This is important. So all the statements are correct here. You can make the notes of it. All are correct. Actually, these are the sites and what for what they are famous. These things are written simultaneously. Thank you. and we are going to discuss so many such questions in our upcoming videos. Thank you and have a nice day.